What up, brother? What's going down?
What's that, brother?
Over that snagging, huh?
Nothing.
Shit, man. I'm cooler, man. We back for another one of these good old.
I'm back.
Yeah, we back for another good old Narrative Project podcast.
Dragging, bro. That's all I can do.
Cooler, man. Look, bro. Man, we apologize for all the inconsistencies and things like that, but you know, whenever we come out and do what we do, man, boom. It's always a goodie. So
and I double back, boom, and I jumped on that live.
I don't know what you got going on. But anyway, so when we come back, man, it's always a goodie. So I want to lay up there and talk about what we got coming up on this week's episode. So, you know, as we've done these shows in the past, you know, a lot of times the topics get real heated, and then we'll ask the ladies to hold the other women accountable, right? We ask the ladies to hold other women accountable, right? So, and a lot of times that wouldn't happen. They'll take it easy on the ladies even when they needed that real talk. So we're going to watch this video of an elder lady letting this modern woman know things that she could learn from and things that she can pick up. And when she tried to make excuses, my mom was not letting her have none of that. So I just thought it'd be a dope way, you know, for us to watch it, critique it, you know what I'm saying? And we could, you know, pause as needed. But man, we're gonna let my mom take it away.
So first of all, this young lady, you seem to have an attitude. And I think tomorrow, when you look at the stream, you're going to regret it. Because, see, I know women like you, beautiful women, right? Beautiful women know how to tap in when you men. You see how she switched it up before? She knew everything. When she realized she's being beat down with information, now she switched up to where I'm hurt. I've been hurt so much. And the only reason you men are putting up with it is because she is a beautiful young woman. If she wasn't beautiful, a beautiful young woman, y'all would have kicked this woman. Y'all wouldn't even be listening to her if we were honest.
Go ahead.
She know it herself. Don't you know this?
You know, I don't concede. I don't agree with anything that you're saying. But
you know that you wouldn't be able to put the trash that you put out if you wasn't a beautiful woman, a woman who the men will follow just to look at you.
I feel like I have something of substance to say. I don't think that I'm talking out of my ass.
You have already admitted that most of the things you said earlier, you didn't know what you were saying. Did you not admit that but a few minutes ago?
Hold on. Sorry. What's your name?
Did you say, sir?
I said, sorry. What's your name?
Oh, see, this is what she's been doing all night. When she don't have an answer, she stop you. And then she say, sorry, what's your name? What does it matter?
I want to address you by your name. That's why I do that. I like to talk to, like it's a conversation. No,
you've been doing that all night. You don't even need to know my name.
You know what? Don't tell me what your name is. I'll give you my own name. Is that what you want?
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. But what I'm saying to you, young lady, is this. You look like you have an issue, right? You sound angry, and I hope you're not educating other young women with your anger, because that's what the make-child men are doing. They're teaching the young men about their anger, and I hope you're not teaching the young women about your anger. If you support families, then you need to handle your anger before you want to use your voice, because you have these men upset at you even though they don't want to be, because they like looking at you.
I don't actually care about that, but let me interject. You're gonna have to rewind the tape. I don't know if you just started listening from the beginning.
I've been here for a couple of hours.
From the beginning, I have been someone who says I am imperfect. That's one of the first things that I really did say when I started talking about who I am as an individual.
Now you're playing the game. Everybody's imperfect. So what's your point?
No, hold on. Let me finish talking.
You're playing with me. I'm not the one to be played with, sweetie. We're gonna have a conversation. Let's have a real conversation. No one is perfect. So by you admitting that you're not perfect, is you don't even have to say that to anyone. So first of all, this young lady, you seem to have a
Now, that's a key point. That first part is over with, but that's a key point that a lot of people say when you're trying to hold them accountable. They say things like, "Well, I'm not perfect," but like the lady said,
no, I don't have to say. I say what I want to say.
perfect.
I said that.
Yes, you can.
Let me. Can I?
Nobody's perfect. There's nobody in this world that's perfect. So we know we all gonna make mistakes. But when you holding yourself, trying to hold somebody accountable, then the point of it is for you to listen to what the person says and ask yourself, am I really that way? Am I really doing the things that they're saying? That's how you hold yourself accountable. Not make more excuses. Say, well, I'm trying. I'm not perfect. What do you want from me? I've already did it. Like just excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And a lot of people will see that and say, well, why that woman is coming to her with that tone? Because the excuses, it's annoying. The excuses are very much so annoying. And when we try to have these conversations, talk to people and hold people accountable for their actions so we all can get better at the end of the day, it's frustrating to know that all somebody do is playing games, playing semantics, trying to say key words to make you think they're listening. They're not listening. They're just making excuses. Now, Jay, you got your phone in your hand. I want to know what you think about this, sir. Yo, Jay.
Because I'm in the comments. You on here. So this is the thing for me. I get that Shorty was trying to get her shit out, and Mamon ain't won't let her talk. But that's the first thing somebody will come to. That's the first conclusion they will. Well, she ain't even let the girl talk. The thing about that is when your thought is coherent, when they've obviously been talking since before this part of the video aired. Mm-hmm. Like before they put this part, there was another part before this where they was on the thing before they did what they did. What? So you had to talk that talk, and now that you on Front Street now, you know what I'm saying? Now you trying to backtrack and add in. I started off by saying I ain't perfect. Well, if you know you ain't perfect, then what leg do you have to stand on for the duration of? Like what you about to go into this thought process that's going to be all the way left. And every time you say something and the woman going to tell you, well, that don't coincide with this, that, or the third, all stemming from the, well, I ain't perfect. Well, if you ain't perfect, don't you think maybe you need to calm down a little bit? Just listen.
Just listen.
Try it a different way. Might work for you.
But it's not, though, because it's never about changing your ways. It's about conditioning the people to accept you for the way that you are. But you still want everything that comes good your way because let me tell you a little bit of a backstory. She is a single woman. She has 3 kids. And everything is about, 101 excuses as to why she can't change or she won't change. And there was plenty of people that came up there and tried to talk to her and tell her, hey man, look, maybe you want to do this a different way. But they try to use that aggression and that hard talking point to make people think that they're really saying something. Just because you're saying something with force, that don't mean nothing. Goddamn thing of substance coming out of your mouth.
Right. Instead of sitting there saying you trying to justify, you're trying to validate, you're trying to do all it, and you feel attacked because everybody going against you. Feel like everybody going against you rather than understanding that everybody trying to educate you that the way you thinking about it, the way you going about it, ain't what's up
at all.
It's that simple. That's not it. That's not what it's in for. That's why you can't, like, I had a clip, I sent it to you, but it was kind of on the lines of this, where the dude was trying to tell a girl how men feel, how men think. And she, well, that don't apply to me because blah, 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 yada, yada. No, you can't say what I think or how I feel about your situation don't apply to you. Because it does. It's the reason why I would or would not date you. It's the reason if I'm going to pay the bills or if I'm going to give you these $40. You understand me?
See, and man, when you said paying the bills, like it triggered me, and I'm gonna tell you why it triggered me. Because it's like there's such an imbalance with this thing, man. And I've been watching a lot on that too about paying the bills and things like. There's such an imbalance to where somebody wants you to pay everything, but they still want the right to tell you no when you don't get the right for various things. I'll say I don't want to do, and that goes into that type of mindset that girl had. I don't want to do this, so I shouldn't have to do this, and I'm this type of way. But it's like, yo, but you standing on wanting somebody to basically take care of you. But you still want to have rights to say no. Like that person still has to be happy too. Like everybody want to be happy with their purchase.
Right.
Let's start there. Everybody want to be happy with their purchase. When you buy something, man, you pay for some things, you want to be happy, that you bought that. If you find some things that you wanted for the longest of time, or like, man, I didn't think to see that when I went in the store, you want to be happy with it. So if I done paid all these bills and you still got attitude and still saying what you don't want to do, I'm not happy with my purchase. And then when I want to take you back to the streets, then I didn't care about you in the first place. Fuck out of here. Now, before we go into part 2 of that, before we go into part 2, we always have a voice of reason because me and Jay be a little renegade-ish at times. So we're going to have a little bit of a voice of reason. That's it. We're going to see whether he's agreed with what we're saying or disagreed. We try to keep a little balance.
I want to know when I became the voice of reason in all of this.
You've always been the voice of reason. You know that.
This understood voice of reason.
Let that man burn so people just foolishness.
First and foremost, again, the biggest thing I got a problem with, and again, there's more to the story, obviously, is you got to use your words and not your volume. That's classic defense right there. She's not even trying to hear anything, period. Now, grandma's of the age that she don't have the patience anymore. And she's letting you know out the gate, look, I don't have time for this. And she's calling her out on it. I think her heart's in the right place and trying to call out on it. I just don't think she's in the right place to receive the information yet. She hasn't been burned by life, for lack of a better term, to be willing to listen. It's like a kung fu movie. She hasn't been beat down enough to be ready to listen to the master.
But my question would be is how can you be beat down by life enough when everybody wants to collar you because of what you are, because of your gender?
Right there. Hey, look, since you said that, all right, she ain't reached a certain point in life to understand that, right? And we supposed to give her grace, right?
Oh, I'd never
but
said that.
But then y'all will rag on a man for not being at a certain place in life at the point you want him to be there.
Because
and you won't give them
no universal
grace.
Perceived expectation. I don't know when it became what it is, but you're absolutely right on that. There is a perceived expectation that somehow we got it together when we just as new to this as everybody else. I agree with that. Some of it we created, some of it got doubled down on.
How? I'm saying
not
how?
Fully. Again, some of it. You got some of you do have some fellas who come in and just bark without thinking first, and unfortunately, that's the majority. That's the loud majority, the silent majority, or the loud minority. I'm sorry, that's the loud minority.
I got a question. Who taught them that?
Who taught them that?
Yeah.
It could be a couple of different factors in that situation. Some they had to get it on their own. Some it was TD, media, whoever raised them.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Bam. Single mothers. They yell first. So if I don't use my words and the first thing I'm going to do is yell, then you turn those people into the same people. Now watch this. And I'm not all, because we're just talking about the majority. A lot of, especially old school women, just like my mom in the video, they yell, and they yell at everybody, but they get the benefit of the doubt because a lot of times nobody don't yell back. And if the child does get frustrated and yell back, then everybody say, "You're the problem." But I'm getting yelled at all the time.
Oh no, I definitely disagree with that. Yeah, I don't believe just because you got age on you, you can talk to me stupid.
No, but the norm is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure if anybody who grew up around their black grandmothers have stories where you talk her shit. And sometimes, dude, you be like, wait a minute, I don't think I should let you be swinging this type of whatever weapon you got in your hand at me. Like, I don't think I can come back if I allow you to just hit me with whatever this is.
Oh yeah,
and if I don't,
for the fences.
And if I don't, everybody's upset at me. So what I'm saying is, so it's like, you sit up there and that environment where and we talked about this. Remember I told you about the pastor and all that stuff a couple weeks ago, where his wife, when he first met his wife, all he did was yell, and she didn't come from that type of family. We spoke on that. The point of it is, so it's like all I did was get yelled at my whole life from my mom or my mama or whatever, and then now I adopted that. Now I'm doing it. Now everybody tells me I'm wrong. Have patience. You're a man. Be calm. You don't do that. But the people who raised me did that. See, a lot of times, when we talk about somebody be a man, it's like, what does that mean? They only associate that with being this fucking hard object, this thing that doesn't feel, this thing that doesn't show any emotions, but he's a slot machine. That's to get associated with. The other day, we was getting some food, Chinese food. And they had a lady in there it was a baby. And the little baby, I don't say the baby, the boy had to be about 1, maybe 2 years old. And I think he sat on the floor. And she was like, men don't sit on the floor. You say you want to be a man. And I'm like, damn, can he be a baby first? Before you start telling him, dude, he want to be a man. He couldn't have been no more than 3.
Yeah, and I'm like, definitely give you that.
And I'm like, bro,
we definitely get accelerated into adulthood.
I'm like, bro, you know how hard that word you was telling that boy at 3. Now I understand your intent, because I know what you're trying to do. Because maybe, just maybe, I don't know, I'm assuming, maybe there's no male around, and that's just, the way she thinks she needs to teach him. But I'm like, bro, could he be a baby first? Trust me. He gonna have plenty of time to be a man. Plenty of time. And this shit ain't for the weak.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Okay. Can we go into
boy enjoy childhood, baby?
I swear he couldn't be no more about 3 or 4. Can we go into part 2? Part 2 gets a little more in depth in the conversation.
No, I don't have to say. I say what I want to say. I said that.
Yes, you can.
Can I talk?
I'm interrupting you like you were doing these men the whole time.
So you're a man. You want to be a man? Okay, be the man.
No, you're the one acting like a man. So you think you're feminine.
So we're both being a man. So we're both being. We're both being the man then.
I'm actually talking to a woman right now. I'm not referring to these men in a negative way. So why would I be a man because I'm smacking down a woman who don't know how to, you don't know how to be feminine. You don't know anything about submission. And I'm not saying you have to submit, because some of these men, they're not getting submission because they don't know how to get that from a woman. When they learn, then they will get that. You understand? Even from a strong woman like yourself. A man who knows how to take control, he don't have to get permission from a woman for her to be submitted, to be submissive to him. He just is. He is the man. He is in control. He knows how to do that. And when he come home and asks his wife to do something, she gonna know that she needs to do it. You see, but that comes with your knowledge as well.
Can we stop it real
So
quick?
right now you're young, so you're probably like, I don't have to do what you want me to do. I'm a
Can we
person
pause
too.
that? Can we pause that real
Well,
quick?
when you're in a relationship, he's a person too, right?
Okay, I want to say I disagree with that.
Okay.
The part of her saying a man that knows how to take control will be able to come in and deal with a woman like you. First and foremost, that's not a one size fit all.
Oh no, he knows how to deal with a woman like her.
No, but a certain man. See,
That's how.
true. But again, that's subjective. Because there's some men that say, you know what, I know exactly how to deal with you, and he gonna stick around. He gonna take his chances.
No.
Huh?
He's saying a man that know this and a man that know that. And that's not how that works. He just gonna naturally be this and naturally be that. That's not how this works. That woman right there is not submitting to nothing but Benjamin Franklin. You got, and she ain't even going, it's not even a full submission. I'm gonna do just enough to make sure you pay these bills.
She's getting paid for silence.
I'm gonna do just enough. I'm gonna give you
She getting
just
paid
enough.
for cooperation. She getting paid for cooperation.
Exactly. You want me to be a certain way? Give me. That's what we live in today. That's not if the right man walk up in there and he just checks out and that's not how that shit goes.
And I'm gonna tell you this:
the only way you can control that. The only way you can control that is you gotta go into it like that. But how do you even get into it? Because they not just, you know what I'm saying? Looks gonna get you so far. That pound town gonna get you a little bit longer. But when you talk about structuring the relationship to go the way you needed to go as a man, shit.
See, here's the thing.
That got to be before you even get the phone number.
Here's the thing, though. This is what we get misconstrued at. There's a man out here that will take her and that will wife her up, but he's not going to be happy the whole time. He may learn to love her and not want to leave her. But he's not going to be happy the entire time. It's going to be a goddamn WWE match, Triple H versus the Undertaker, and it's going to be that and it's going to be a different superstar every night. The next night is going to be goddamn Hulk Hogan versus the Hitman, Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's going to be exhausted. You're never going to be happy with that because it's a constant fight. And then when you finally get this person to submit a little bit, they're going to always say, I'm trying. And it's always going to be more excuses. And you're not going to be happy. Simple and plain. And so that's why when you hear those women say, oh, I could be married right now. Or I've turned down proposals. This and the third. And those guys be like, no, that ain't it. No, they got them. But to me, in the back of their mind, it's like, well, shit, if he accepted me like this, let's see what else I can get out of the next sucker. Because that's all they want, all day suckers. What's the commercial used to say? Like a blow pop. Save from charms. Cut. I'm showing my age right now, but that's what they want, all day suckers. All day suckers.
Yep.
So yeah. My whole thing is that's not a one size fit all. That there's no one man type of man that's going to come in there because, hey man, I like to think I'm a man of substance. Easy, a man of substance. Jay is a man of substance. But guess what? The way that we run a household, the way that we deal with women, is 3 totally different ways. There's no one size fit all, and we can all be successful in these things, but it's going to look totally different. So we can finish it. I just that bothered me when she said that.
So I agree with some of the things you said about individuality, and I agree with your definition on you know,
In order for
being equal or equality.
get to
See, I
the
was here
place
for a
we want
while.
to be, as far as this go to me, is once
You must have a delay, Jay.
Yeah, because he started and stopped.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let me get the video going. All right, just making sure.
So I heard you. I agree with some of the things you say, but I know you. I know young women like you.
Yeah.
I was a young woman at one point, and I understand that knowledge. As I matured, my thinking changed. If you put your family first, then if that man is a part of your family, then where do you put him? Why you always got to be in front? Why you always got to come first?
What? Who told you? Listen. I'm sorry, caller. First of all, from the I prefaced my position with I am a flawed and imperfect individual. I didn't leave it. I didn't leave it. No, stop. You
Okay,
had
go
the
ahead.
floor. You had the floor. Let me talk. I didn't leave
Say
it there.
something if you're gonna talk.
I
Say
didn't leave
something.
it there. But I didn't leave it there. I said why. I said the circumstances in which I was raised under have
Everybody have circumstances.
I'm not talking.
How old are you right now?
I'm not talking about everybody.
Wait a minute. Listen.
About everybody.
That's it. We're not talking about everyone. See how she's talking about me. So this is my thing. Everybody has a situation.
I'm being asked questions. I'm accounting
but
for myself.
The answers you given is not what I asked you, though. You're not gonna play with me like you've been playing with these men.
You're playing yourself.
No, you playing yourself.
You have a message of a question. What are you doing?
See that you don't understand what I've said to you so far.
What are you trying to say? You're not letting me.
I'm trying to say that you who don't know yourself, why are you attempting to educate anyone, whether it's male, female?
So me telling you that I need to work on myself, and there are things about my own self that I have identified and I don't like and I want to change. You think I don't have an idea of who I am? Cut it out.
Yeah, no, I don't think you know who you are. You have flipped and re-identified yourself a few times on this panel alone. First, you know everything. The men giving you suggestions, ideas, even asking you questions. You wouldn't hear what they had to say. You was interrupting them. You wouldn't let some of them talk at all. And that's because you have an attitude. This man on side of you will say, well, let me take control, answer the question. You're not answering any of the questions anybody posing in front of you.
I'm not answering it the way that you like me to answer it. That's on you.
No, you're not answering the question. You know, if someone asks you a question, you don't circle around and not give an answer. You're just talking words. You're speaking words.
No,
Oh, that happened. Apparently, the video was so bad they both ran off. Hey, Bree, how you doing? Apparently, it traumatized them both so bad they both ran away from the video.
Stepped away for a second to cut
I come back. Grandma and ran everybody off. I don't know if it was Grandma ran them off or she ran y'all off or what, but I come back, y'all both gone.
You know what triggered me? When you talk with somebody having a conversation, they say, well, you just didn't want me to answer the way you wanted me to answer. Come on, bro. Like, whenever you having dialogue with somebody, you understand how certain things go. There's certain conversational etiquette, if I'm saying that the right way. You know, there's etiquette in how we talk. And there's certain answers that we, like, if we're having a subject, like if we're talking about wrestling, and I say, yeah, man, just like when that boxer I saw, you like, what? What are you talking about? You're like, what? You going all over the place, and you know what I'm saying? And you trying to, I call it, you trying to make the conversation gumbo. Because you're trying to put all this stuff in the pot, and you're trying to make it to where you can't recognize the conversation no more, so it don't have no substance or no meaning. That way you can kind of manipulate it the way you want it to go. Like, that is a trigger for me when somebody, you don't want me to answer the way you want me to answer it.
I mean, the reality is neither one of them were using their words. I got a question though. I'm getting old. I don't understand the internet, being an IT guy. But What's up with the people just popping in just to shake their head yes and just disappear out? What is with that?
What you mean?
The
Elaborate,
brother,
please.
the brother that pops up and just goes
Okay. Well, no. Okay. Well, this what happened.
and disappear.
It's actually his podcast, and what happened
Mhm.
was he gave them a segment to have a conversation with her because he
Okay.
had been trying to control, have a dialogue with her, tell her different things, and she just wasn't hearing it. So when the
Mhm.
lady came up, that was their interaction, and I just thought that was interesting because so many times before we've had similar conversation and similar characters on this podcast, and they've done the same thing, and we'd be like, "Well, ladies, talk to him." And ladies be like, well, I don't really want to tell her what it is because everybody got their own mindset. We like, what? How are we going to get somewhere if the person that looks like you don't hold you accountable? Because when we do it or when men do it, it looks like we're just trying to pick on women. Or as y'all said, they don't like us. And I'm like, that's not true. So in order to skip the goddamn BS, somebody that looks like you is telling you, hey man, maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. But now my mom had to match energy. Even when my mom was trying to talk to her and tell her, hey man, maybe you need to listen a little bit more, she was making all the excuses in the world. And that's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. And you having that gumbo conversation. You just trying to throw anything you could throw in that pot to disrupt the order of the directions that you wanted
it was
to go.
interesting. She did make a point. Again, they were yelling at each other, so neither one of them heard. But she did make a point where first you talked as if you were the authority. Then when you got called on it, you said, I'm flawed. I'm not the authority. I need you to pick a lane. Either you're the authority to speak for people or you're not the authority to speak for
That's
people.
manipulation tactic 101.
So that part I definitely didn't understand.
But I've seen and heard and had conversations like that so much, it was triggering, but it was also refreshing at the same time to hear a woman hold her accountable and not let her dance around all these things she was trying to dance around. She definitely was dancing and MC hammering and trying to bob in and out. And like she told her, first you know everything, then you say you're flawed, and then you say, well, I've been hurt. It's tough to have a conversation like that because what is your goal? Is your goal to stay the same? Do you want to learn? Do you want to get better outcomes? Definitely dancing around the pole for sure. But it's like, what you got going on, sir?
I'm trying to switch some shit up because now I don't got no lag, no delay, no nothing.
I think that was
fine. When I get back on the Mac, I'm all good.
I think that was told to you.
You think what?
I think that was all these things was told to you. No, it was coming. Sing.
Damn.
Shows your maturity, sir.
All I know is you showed your disrespectful ass to my mom because you ain't want to take your L. And ain't that the majority of women? You can have everything you need to say here. You put it in, wrap it up in a blanket, and put a little hat on it, and give it a bottle, and say, "Here go your L. This bitch belong to you." It won't accept that bitch for nothing in the world.
But the only way you're taking an L is if you're trying to dismiss what the person's telling you when you've already said you flawed and you want to change and you need, you wasn't taught this or you wasn't taught that.
That's the thing. You know this about yourself. Remember, me and you had this conversation I did. You know these fucked up things about you, but yet when we get into the nitty gritty, you act like that ain't you. You act like that ain't how you is. You act like that ain't who you is. You act like that ain't how you move. Like you don't say these things and that shit don't go the way it go because of you.
But I've heard someone say It's just hard to hear those things about yourself. But here's the thing. You have no problem with passing that judgment on to somebody else. You have no problem with passing that judgment and telling somebody what you think they are and what they need to be, especially a man. Especially a man, and telling him how he's broke and how he don't have this and how he don't have that, and he should be doing this and he should be doing that, and talking about what your grandpa did and what your daddy did and all this and all that stuff.
I got a question.
Shoot.
If a man don't have no money, he broke. If a woman don't have no money,
she trying. I think those things, people just use, certain ways of life against people. Like you say, well, a man should be the provider. He should be this. He should be that. But you negate the other side to say, well, okay, well, if this man is doing these things, well, this woman should be this way. You ignore those wholeheartedly. You only want things that's going to benefit you. That's the only thing you want. You only want the stuff that benefits you at all times. It's so one-sided. It's so one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, like y'all, the amount of guys, I'm talking about good dudes who handle their business and that's there for their families that are unhappy is ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. If you say these are the things I require, and I'm talking about, man, these dudes is doing the damn thing, spending the money, buying the cars, buying the houses, all the things I've seen it. And they are not happy, bro. They're not happy. And you know what they get for their troubles when they talk about it to the wrong people? You know what they say? That's who you chose. That's not what the rules say. The rules say, because we want to do this one way, a man should look like this. Okay, let's go with that. I'm supposed to protect, provide, all that good stuff be here. So what happens when I do it and I get nothing? And then it gets reversed again. Well, you shouldn't want anything. You should want to be a man. Bruh, everybody wants something. Even if it's respect, even if it's appreciation, everybody wants something. Bro, it don't matter if it's your kids. And when we talk about our kids, we'll say things, man, I lay down, I'll be unalive for my kids, and I'll do this and I'll do that for my kids. But when your kids show a lack of appreciation, you feel a way about it. But even when you do that, that gets old. Even when you want to do that, that side of it gets old. You like, at some point, I just want you to get it. I want you to see, because we try all type of motivational things to tell our kids. Bro, everybody don't have life. Everybody don't have the things you have. Everybody don't have the Xboxes and the PlayStations and the iPads and the TVs, and everybody don't have that. And your child looking at you like, well, shit, that ain't the life I know. The life I live, I have all of these things and have always had them. I just see a world where everything is just so one-sided. And when you have those conversations and you get deep into those conversations, a lot of women, they want to talk about just the woman's plight and the struggle she's had. We know these things. And I'm not dismissing them, but we've heard these things all our lives. When we talk about the older men and the older generation and our grandfathers and things like that, they were taught never to talk about these things. So guess what? A lot of those stories wasn't talked about. Now here we are. We're having the conversations to try to make it a little bit more even when we already know it'll never be fair. It'll never be fair. So what do you get? What is the reward of knowing I was a good person? I was a good father. I was good. What did I get? Because I feel empty when it's all over with.
And you wonder why I play the games by my rules now.
What makes us not lay all of this shit down day one?
Cheeks.
No, that's part of it. But it's all no. It's cheeks. It's cheeks. But it's also
cheeks. When you're not mature enough, it absolutely is cheeks. Once you're mature enough, you absolutely lead with it because you don't want the bullshit.
But also, that's the person that they ultimately become, and not the person that you get in the beginning. Because if you did, you definitely would. You definitely would leave it alone.
True too. That is true too,
bro. I have had situations where a person has been great, an angel for a whole year. We in this thing now, a whole year, and one situation go wrong, and you're like, who is that? And you spend the rest of the time trying to get that person to be that person they used to be, and you never get them. Because I'm gonna tell you this also, you're not seeing the same either. You're not the brand new T-shirt no more. You ain't the Prada. You ain't the new car. Remember, you treat new things the best. We all do it. The new game, the new computer, the new whatever. Once that's over with, you just a good shirt. I'll pull you out when I'm ready. I'm gonna treat you right when I'm ready. Think about it. Some of your favorite shirts that you was, man, I'm killing them. Now that bitch just a shirt just to go to the store in.
I can't find my back in the day favorite shirts no more, man. Fuck.
And again, look, Irvin said something key. He said, now you wonder why I play the game by my rules, right? Now, check out the manipulation side of it. If the certain type of people heard him say that, they'll say, oh, you must be controlling. You acting sassy. You acting this. You acting that.
Oh no, I get accused of acting like I don't care. And it's not that I don't care. I just like, why you not fighting, baby? I'm done fighting. I did fight in 2 marriages. I'm done fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You either want to be here or you don't. It's that simple. I'm not fighting nothing no more. It ain't that I don't care. I'm just done fighting.
But here's the thing though. You're a robot, remember? You're
Absolutely.
not supposed to change based off what was done to you. You're supposed to just keep on going. That's the unfair part. That is literally the unfair part.
That makes no sense at all. That math don't math at all. How the hell do you evolve and change? How do you evolve and learn as a human if you're gonna do the exact same shit over and over again? That math don't math.
This how you got to be in a relationship today. When you sitting there and you done all you could do. You doing everything you're supposed to do as a man. And that woman's still over there acting crazy and she just keep coming and coming and coming. Sweet chin music her ass.
Why does he always choose violence?
Because, bro, y'all, people get you to that point. Remember when Pop said on Friday, what'd he say? I take a dog, choke him, choke shit out of him all day long. I put up a dog's ass, just bang, 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 bang. That's my pleasure. Whooping this person's ass or this thing's ass that's got on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
So the violence part is just like it's anger, but then it's it's fun to talk about, joke about it because he can't actually do it because now he's wrong. But hey, the thought of having somebody walk out in the hallway and you just super kick them in the side of their jaw and take away all the time that done piss you off.
Yeah, I'm with Bree. What's with all the violence?
First and foremost, let me tell you something. The best feeling in the world, right? Because we know that we can't really put the pause on y'all.
Y'all can't. Y'all can't. I'm an officially licensed professional wrestler, so I actually can now.
So my
out.
So
I can actually body slam them. I can go through my physical therapy.
You won't understand. You're gonna understand when I say this.
Right.
It was like almost a month straight. I had no peace. Like it was none. Motherfucker was just coming just every day, just pulling shit from out of everywhere. One day I just got so mad and so fed up. But you don't see, that's the thing about a man. No matter how mad I am, I still have to show a level of restraint.
Of course.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Now I went to driving the motherfucker back to the point you gonna want to fight me before I'm gonna want to fight you. And when she swung, the duck under, the grab, oh no, Jim Ross in the background, rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom, her ass on that bed, and stood up and looked. And after that, she left me the fuck alone.
And what she said? Why did you just slam me on the bed? You know what his response was? It doesn't matter if I slapped you on the bed.
Now, I'll give you that. Now, not that I condone the violence part of it, but I do find it odd that just 5 seconds ago you forgot that you swung into that move, which means you wouldn't have been in that move had you not taken a swing. But you completely forgot that part.
You know, some people just, you know, the action and what they live by. It's like, bro, nobody shouldn't be swinging at nobody. Nobody. But it's like the thought process, once again, it's like, well, if I do something to you, it's not going to hurt me. If you hit me, with the possibilities of what could happen if you hit me.
Like, do you notice, like, by you saying that, when a woman go to fight a man, she holds nothing back.
Mm-hmm.
She going for gusto.
That was my next.
Yeah, she's not holding nothing back. She does not care the level of damage that is done to you. At the end of the day, none of that matters.
No, sir. Because the mindset is, I don't know why people think this way. Well, if I do something to him, it just won't be as bad as what he can do to me. Not saying that person can't do some damage to you or hurt you or black your eye or bust your lip. And then also
concussion
or anything. But watch this. If you show any reaction in a hurt type of way once they do it, everyone laughs. It's the weirdest shit in the world to me. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, bro, it can happen. She can black your eye. It's flesh. Human flesh, bro. She can break your jaw. She can, whatever. It can happen. I don't know why people act like that's not a possibility.
I don't know. I just know, just don't swing on me no more. The next one gonna be a fireman's carry into the people's elbow. That's all I know.
He say that's all he know.
That's it.
You know, I would like to do torture rap. I like people think why they in these fucked up positions.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, good sharpshooter.
Again, back to the violence. We're going right back to the violence again.
Because that's all they understand is that's it.
Not every conversation ends with finish him.
Man, y'all ever seen Rocketry? when they asked Clubber Lang what his prediction for the fight?
Yeah.
Dang. That's all people understand.
Nobody want to hurt nobody. We just want y'all to stop.
And
so we can actually get shit done.
And guess what? Most of the time, if you got a decent dude, he ain't really trying to necessarily hurt you. He's just really trying to get your attention. He just want to lift you up, make you think like he really could do something to them, you know?
And they do that shit because they want attention. Baby, if I'm in here doing whatever I'm doing on these 52 screens, or if I'm sitting back playing the game, I guarantee you, if you walk past me and drop the towel, you get all the attention you want. You get all the attention you want.
Bro,
I put it at the bottom of the joystick tomorrow. Because I've been told that bitch.
Check this out. As easy as that sounds, it seems to be the impossible.
Oh no, I know why. Oh, it's all you want is sex. So I gotta entice you with sex to get you to pay attention to me.
So guess what? That's the way they entice you, is to give you some money. Everybody wants something. Everybody wants something. So
life as a whole, whether you want to admit it or not, life as a whole is transactional. Not just in relationships, in all relationships, it's transactional. In this conversation is transactional. There's a deposit and a withdrawal in every interaction you have with a human being. People don't like to hear that because it's not a popular thought. But the reality is, everything you do in life is transactional in one way or another. You may not get the withdrawal from the person you deposit in, but it is always a series of deposits and withdrawals. Period. That's life.
You know that you penalized for thinking a certain way, right? You penalized for it, right? Because you like you said, you giving up something to get something else. So now it becomes, is it worth it to you to take the penalty? For men, most of the times this is yeah. For women, it's never. It's always a no. It's always a no. You know what I'm saying? I will take the penalty of treating you the greatest way a man could possibly treat a woman, even though you gonna treat me and act like the scum of the earth. Because why? The women who want it gonna see it. They're gonna be like, oh Lord, if I had that man, ooh. You setting yourself up for future endeavors. So you get to that certain point, I call it the breaking point, where you're not breaking you breaking her. Because now she's sitting there thinking she at the height of her, I own this, and you just disappear. Because now you got a whole waiting room. You got a waiting room over here.
But here's the thing, though. But in order for you to be a man of some substance, that's the way you wired. Like,
that's the way, yeah.
You wired that way to be able to say, look, I don't have like how many times have we said this? We said, bro, we realize these relationships is 70-30. A woman gets 70%, a man gets 30. Here's the thing. I have no problem with taking my 30. Just don't try to give me less than that. I don't want 29 and a half. I don't want 28. I don't want 27. Give me my full 30.
And be enthusiastic about my damn thing.
Be enthusiastic about giving me my 30. That's just what it is. But we don't have that. These things that we're saying, so simple. Jay said, man, all you got to do is walk past me with the towel and drop it and all this shit. Man, that seems to be the hardest fucking thing in the world. To just do those simple gestures. These same gestures that I've seen you do in the beginning. All of a sudden, you got amnesia. You forget how to do that.
Why are you so aggravated that I want you to walk in front of me with the towel, but you just so ready to throw them cheeks at Tyrone?
Are you ready to fight? You got all the energy in the world at all times to want to argue and fuss. Simple dropping of the towel. You ain't even got to do nothing else after that. I walk past with a certain gesture. And you don't do that. That becomes, oh, you forgot how to do that. Oh, I'm tired. I'm work. This, and the third. But watch this. Most of us that we adult enough, there's kids. There's work before that. But guess what? You done stayed up. You done went to work, stayed up, got the kids to grandma's house, showered up, and you done came wherever I'm at and having a granderful time. But we can't do that when we in the house together. It makes no sense. Like, these are things that people decide that they don't want to do. And when you try to tell them you're not getting, then there's every excuse in the world as to why. Well, things are not the same. There's not this. Man, boom. Everything boils down to what you wanted to do. You want me to pay these bills. I understand that's what's happening. So I'm gonna pay these bills.
Yeah. Lynn say, if that's the case, that woman don't like you for real. Now, I said, Lynn, you believe that. I know you do. And that may be facts for some. But if that's the case, right, why is she still there? Lynn say security. So you, security, stability, what else? Come on, give me something else. Give me a big three.
Us?
No,
Lynn.
For the woman.
Can you see the comments? Can the
Yeah,
comments?
I see.
Oh yes, I see it. Okay, my fault.
So guess what? I got one word for that. An L word. It's called lazy. Stop. We say all these things about how, that person don't want you for real. That person don't like you for real. Those things are easy to say. But people get to a place where they don't want to do shit and they feel entitled to not have to do it. But those men in those positions that are paying bills, are doing this, they never get that option, because soon as they do, they become bums. When that woman don't want to do those things no more, well, she had the baby and she feels like this and this and the third, and y'all don't understand. All while never wanting that man to stop doing for you what he's doing. You want it in spite of.
Well, let's take this approach, Lynn. Let's say you with a man for stability and security, right? And he's providing you stability and security, but you don't like him for real. Why are you mad if he's still providing you stability and security, and you not trying to walk past him with a towel, so he going to get somebody to walk past him with a towel? Is that for fear that he's going to now leave you for that?
But you got all the energy in the world to go out in the street and want to fight the woman he went out there to go mess with when you didn't want to deal with him in the first place.
Boom.
Like I said, lazy, bruh. Lazy.
Coming to you, Fred.
Okay, Lynn, you said that's never been your thing. Okay, I get it. And I get Jay kind of brought that to you, but it's like we're still, this is what happens. When you talk abroad about all women and you're kind of defending certain women, and then when you bring it, when the conversation gets in depth, women say, well, I can't speak on that. That's not who I am. Can't
but
flip
you spoke
it, man.
on it already. I never understood that. You got to pick, either you can speak or you can't speak. You got to pick a lane. And I'm not even calling Lynn out. I'm just saying
it's just in general.
This is something that personally frustrates me, almost like the girl in the video. You were so passionate to speak on it until it was time to defend it. Then all of a sudden you can't defend it. Then don't defend it. If it don't concern you, like Mike says, if it don't concern you, let it ride. As I say, not my monkey, not my circus. And you've seen it. There's been many times these fellas have come up and said something with you. Hey, I got no skin in that game either way.
If it don't fly, if it don't apply, let it fly. Like, it's just what it is.
Many times. I got no skin in that game.
And that be my thing. You know, when we say these people are not interested in these people no more, but you still want that person to do for you. And then when you find out that person is dealing with somebody else, now either you're crying, talking about, I gave him everything and he just did this, or you wouldn't have go out in the street and act like goddamn Roy Jones Jr.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike, but we've been graced in the lobby right now. It's royalty. Right now. Not just anybody.
Not just anybody.
One. The only Fred.
I knew that was
coming up to grace us with it. Look, you got to understand. Let me bring Fred up. You got to understand. Coach is all right by me, because see, that's what Fred is to me, is Coach. Coach, how you doing, Coach?
Wait,
Coach, you good? You good, Coach?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let him speak, but first of all, you can't set him up to be repped out before he say one word.
I'm just saying, but that's my coach. We're gonna stop talking about my coach, because let me see. I had a conversation with my coach. I had a conversation with my coach, and I took just 10% of what he said and tried to apply it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ham. I'm just gonna try this and just shoot it all the way out there. It worked.
I told you.
It worked in ways that I was like, oh, this is a cheat code I have unlocked.
Listen, I never
I can
steer
tell
you
you
wrong.
what that is. Don't give a fuck.
Coach be on to something. Coach be on to something.
Don't give a fuck. Simply, let's start there. Just don't give a fuck.
What I love about Coach is he's a true master. He never pushed it. He's like, well, you'll come when you're ready. He never pushed it. He was like, no. I'll be here when you're ready.
I'll be when you're ready. I'll be over here.
Yeah.
I'll be over here.
He didn't say I told you so. He ain't hit me with that. He didn't even hit me with that Thanos. You couldn't live with your failures. And
no.
He didn't even hit me with that. He was just like, I'm ready. You ready? Here we go.
When you're ready,
you
gonna come on in. That's just how it rolls, baby. You know, when you're ready to embrace, I give you a point or two. And listen, just take it to the market.
Oh, that's what happened.
I'm telling you, it was the truth.
Yeah,
it was the
Instagram
truth.
stop.
I just
So we
want
gotta tell everybody to go over to the YouTube.
Stop.
That's right. You're on the YouTube now. That's all right. The YouTube is for Coach. Coach needs to be on YouTube. He needs to be on the After Dark OT hours. He can't be on a regular public feed.
I can understand.
Put it out there, Jay. Put it on the page to tell everybody to go over to the YouTube. Because they just cut off. I didn't even realize that.
Sweetheart.
Red, I don't know if you
Would
missed
you do me a big favor?
I don't know if you missed it. Oh, you're
No,
on
I just want
YouTube
to
right now. Did you see
No,
the
go ahead.
video?
I did not see the video.
You did not see the video. Oh my.
I did not see the video.
Hold on.
May I
see
the video?
You can. I'm gonna give you
May I
the
see
first
the video?
video.
So let's preface it with what's going on.
So first of all, this young
Yeah, we'll
So
preface the
basically-
video.
Okay, so what happens is we found a woman that was on a different podcast. She was holding this feminist, that's what she is, accountable.
Gotcha.
And she wouldn't give her no grace to let her play the
She wouldn't
face of man.
She wouldn't give her the exit.
Yeah, she wouldn't give her no outs. So no outs at all. So yeah, here we go.
All right, here we go. I've actually just noticed his first comment. He said this is the first show that's got more likes than watchers. That alone speaks volumes. All right, check this out.
young lady, you seem to have a attitude. And I think tomorrow, when you look at the stream, you're going to regret it. Because, see, I know women like you, beautiful women, right? Beautiful women know how to tap in with you men. You see how she switched it up before she knew everything. When she realized she's being beat down with information, now she switched up to where I'm hurt. I've been hurt so much. And the only reason you men are putting up with it is because she is a beautiful young woman. If she wasn't beautiful, a beautiful young woman, y'all would have kicked this woman. Y'all wouldn't even be listening to her if we were honest.
Go ahead.
She know it herself. Don't you know this? You know,
I don't concede. I don't agree with anything that you're saying. But
you know that you wouldn't be able to put the trash that you put out if you wasn't a beautiful woman, a woman who the men will follow just to look at you.
I feel like I have something of substance to say. I don't think that I'm talking out of my ass.
You have already admitted that most of the things you said earlier, you didn't know what you were saying. Did you not admit that but a few minutes ago?
Hold on. Sorry. What's your name?
Did you say sir?
Not like she said, sir.
What's your name?
Oh, see, this is what she's been doing all night. When she don't have an answer, she stop you, and then she say, "What? Sorry, what's your name? What does it
Because
matter?"
I want to address you by your name. That's why I do that. I like to talk to like it's a conversation.
No, you've been doing that all night. You don't even need to know my name.
You know what? Don't tell me what your name is. I'll give you my own name. Is that what you want?
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. But what I'm saying to you, young lady, is this. You look like you have an issue, right? You sound angry, and I hope you're not educating other young women with your anger, because that's what the MGTOW men are doing. They're teaching the young men about their anger, and I hope you're not teaching the young women about your anger. If you support families, then you need to handle your anger before you want to use your voice, because you have these men upset at you even though they don't want to be, because they like looking at you.
I don't actually care about that. But let me interject.
She said, "Let me handle your anger before you want to
You're gonna
handle
have to
your
rewind
voice."
the tape. I don't know if you just started listening from the
I've been
beginning.
here for a couple of hours.
From the beginning, I have been someone who says I am imperfect. That's one of the first things that I really did say when I started talking about who I am as an individual.
Now you're playing the game. Everybody's imperfect. So
No,
what?
no,
So what's your point?
No. Hold on. Let me finish talking.
You're playing with me. I'm not the one to be played with, sweetie. We're gonna have to have a conversation. Let's have a real conversation. No one is perfect. So by you admitting that you're not perfect, is you don't even have to say that to anyone.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah, go ahead.
Darts. She was hitting her with darts. Listen, let me tell you what she was doing for her. I love when she said, I hope you're not educating nobody. I hope you take care of your anger before you start giving out information to the marketplace. That was a powerful statement.
Mm-hmm.
That was a powerful statement because what she was doing was basically she's at the older woman. You can tell she's an older woman, but we don't need to know her name. That's irrelevant. What's your name? It's irrelevant. It's really relevant. Know where she was at? At the end of the story. I'm already at the end. You got to ask all these ridiculous, foolish questions just to get here. I'm already here, baby. You ready to have I'm already here. I'm here for the conversation. I already thought that I'm imperfect. We all imperfect, baby. What's understood don't need to be explained.
Yeah.
That's understood already. Every human being is imperfect. So that's not a statement that needs to be made. How long you been listening? I've been listening for hours. You've been having all this jargon going on. That's what you have been having going on. And what she didn't do was allow her to give herself a level of recap and try to change up her story. No. Whatever BS you've been on, I want you to keep that sentence. And to her credit, she is right. A lot of
And for the
attractive
right,
women,
she did say sir, then changed to sorry.
She changes. But a lot
She
of
went from
attractive
sir to
women
sorry. Ain't nothing in that woman's voice sounding like a sir.
Sorry.
I know
no,
people
exactly.
I know women with deep voices. That is not a deep voice.
No. What it was is that the woman was accurate. She was right. Men will pay attention to you because you're attractive. You're a beautiful face. And people tune in off of the men alone would tune in off of that. But once we get past the beautiful face, we start talking about the behavior and the beliefs. Baby girl, you're dealing with a lot of anger. You're dealing with a lot of things that shouldn't be supported. But the men are tuning in because you're attractive. But if you was an unattractive woman, what you may be saying to the marketplace wouldn't go that far. Because people just be talking about you because you're unattractive. She was right. But I know what I really appreciate about it, and I mean, you get to hear the whole thing. That was a woman talking to a woman about bullshit. And that's something that we don't get to see. That's the part I liked about it.
That was the whole point. The whole point of it was there's been plenty of times on the podcast that we tried to get the other women to tell the other women the truth about the bullshit they got going on, and they would never do it. So I thought this was the perfect example to show.
She did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She did. She called that shit out, and she tried to, and she took. That's why she mistaken her as sir, because she thought that she was having the same type of dialogue that she would have with a man. Because she took that woman's aggression as if she was talking to another man. That's why she said the sir. That's why she wanted to try to do the recap. That woman was not having that. You see what I'm saying? What she was doing was calling her out, which you have to applaud. No different from when men call out younger men on their BS. You know what I mean? Let me check you, homie. You know what I mean? That's all she was doing. That's all she was doing. And you gotta applaud that, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this, man. We had a place in our lives where younger men gonna call us OGs, unks, and what have you, right? You know what I'm saying? That's just where we're at now, right? But what are they calling the older woman? What are they calling them? See, we starting to embrace OG.
Hell yeah.
Look, I fought it for a second. Woman? I ain't gonna lie.
I fought it.
I fought it for a second.
I fought it.
Youngster,
I ain't fighting no more.
Youngster, what's up,
OG?
OG?
It is. Huh? Then I have to embrace it. Okay, it's my turn. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
your
next
turn.
up. It's my turn. And so, but what do they call an older woman?
It ain't teething.
It ain't teething.
It ain't teeny. Damn, that's cold blood.
What do we call it?
Man, boy, girls, it definitely ain't OG.
Definitely not OG, right?
Right.
It ain't TD. It ain't OG. What do we call it though?
Look,
When
we
it's
done
women
lost
that
the
turn
days of the Dominique Devereaux and the Miss Chancellors back in the day, the duchesses that used to run stuff. We don't have them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Big Mama, but you also used to have like the Duchess or the Miss Chan, you know, where they understood how to play the game.
And that was that. And again, that lady's aggression, man. That's probably why she called her servant, because of her level of aggression to her.
Now check this. Let him see the second half. So he can it's going into what you're talking about right now.
No, I don't have to say. I say what I want to say. I said that.
Yes, you can.
Can I talk?
I'm interrupting you like you were doing these men the whole time.
So you're a man. You want to be a man? Okay, be the man.
No, you the one acting like a man. So you think you feminine.
So we're both being a man. So we're both being we're both being the man then.
I'm actually talking to a woman right now. I'm not referring to these men in a negative way. So why would I be a man because I'm smacking down a woman who don't know how to? You don't know how to be feminine.
I mean, I'm sorry. I gotta pause it for half a second here. Why would I be a man? Because I'm smacking down a woman.
Right.
At no point did she said I'm cutting you off like you did.
I'm cutting you off like
these men.
Like you did those men. Like they did these men.
Then she said, well, you want a man, we both gonna be a man. Whoever said you were a man? I said I'm cutting you off like you did.
Like you did these men.
And that's one
Whoever
thing I learned
said
about those.
You
those
were an
types
actual man.
The one thing I learned about those types of women, they can never be anything bad alone. Somebody else has to.
Oh yeah, I call that the touch the body syndrome. Yeah. We all got to go down together. We all got to touch the body together.
Yeah, everybody has to be that something negative.
Well, if I'm wrong, you got just as much blame to do. We're not talking about me right now.
I'm not perfect. You're not perfect either. You're like you ain't got no flaws.
I never said I was. Like, at what point did you ever hear me say I was?
It's just your turn to hear about you. That doesn't make me any less perfect. No more than when you come to me for advice, I'm giving you the advice. That doesn't mean I don't have any things in my life. That just means you came to me for something that I have knowledge in.
Right.
And you trusted me enough to ask me what you think about this. Or let me hear me out on this. This is what I'm going through. You trusted me enough. But when I tell you something that you don't like, now it's, well, you act like you this too. Nah. It's never, and it's so tough that people look at, oh, you ganging up on me. Nah. If I care enough to tell you, look, check this out, Fred. A couple weeks ago, we had a group conversation, right? And he's like, hey, yo, Mike, I see the topics you're picking, but they're a little bit too toxic. It's like you're going for the clickbait. I got to take that on the chin. I said, you know what? You're right. And I had to realize what was the difference in that. What changed? Only thing changed was I was just doing this shit too fast. I was doing other shit while I'm just trying to pick these topics. No, hold on, bro. Let me slow down and let me really think about the stuff that I want to put on this.
Put on the channel.
And so from that point, I like to say it got a little better, which got us to the conversation that we talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that I had to take heed to what it said. And trust me, in the beginning, when I first heard, I'm like, what you talking about? I got defensive, but then I have to go to myself later on. Like, you know what? What they saying? Why they saying it? So let's fix the problem. If you're not willing to check yourself, you never gonna get better. Ever.
Boy, girl, talk. Everybody who gives you advice don't have what's best for you, especially with women.
That's true. But at the same time, though, you could always take out what you need and leave the bullshit to the bullshit.
Chew the meat, spit the bones.
It is what it
I
is.
get advice from people all walks of life. You hear me? People who are on my level, above my level, beneath my
Below.
level, know my life, don't know my life. That don't mean that even if they talk for 30 minutes, I may take 30 seconds of what they said.
Mhm.
Right.
There's always wisdom in everybody if you know how to look for it.
You
Correct.
know what else I noticed in that video, and which the lady gonna say something about it, but I had said something about it earlier too, but I'm gonna say it again because I thought of it in a different way, right? If Fred asks me a question, I'm gonna answer the fucking question. I'm gonna go directly into what he asked me.
I know you're going. When you play, yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
You're
gonna
not gonna go around.
I'm not
You're
gonna
not gonna go around.
That's well.
Sometimes people want to give you a story to answer your question. I didn't ask for a story.
Answer
I
the
asked my
question
question.
first.
Answer the
Look,
question
Then
first.
you can give the
Look,
story.
I tell people, I was like, bro, man, just give me the right here version. Don't give me around the corner. Don't go to the corner store. You ain't got to go to the corner store.
give me what I asked, and then we can dive into why that
why.
is. But you gotta give me the answer first. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear all this other shit right
My
now.
grandfather,
You're gonna say stuff
God
that
rest
ain't
his
gonna make
soul.
sense.
My grandfather, God rest his soul. He used to always say, give me the bottom line. Like, if you come in and ask for a couple of dollars or whatever, man, just give me the bottom line. Let me decide if that's what I want to give you.
That's it. So she trying to tell us, trying to go into no. The lady asked the question. She expected you to answer the question. She didn't want to answer she wanted to answer it the way she wanted to answer it.
She said, so all women don't take accountability. Is that what you're saying? No, I'm not saying that, but it's a natural reaction not to, especially depending on the person.
Obviously you can't really say all when it comes to anything, right? But
no, we talk
you
about
can't talk in absolutes.
You can't talk
We're
in
not
absolutes.
talking in absolutes. I can't stress that enough.
No, you can't talk in absolutes. However,
can I talk on majority?
Yes. Talk on that. And majority is just anything above 51%. So there's levels to majority. So at the end of the day, you can't talk from a majority standpoint. So at the end of the day, listen, man. A lot of times as men,
she's actually saying, okay, I'll take this back. I'm looking at the comment. She made another comment. To rephrase what she's saying, so all toxic women don't take accountability. Is that what you're saying?
That is
well, toxic is subjective. Sometimes we're using words.
I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. It's not a universal word. We use it in a universal way, but we don't have it universally defined yet.
Absolutely.
What's toxic. And so sometimes when we use words, I like to use words that are universally defined. Toxic is, people have an idea what toxic is, but I would like a more universal definition of what toxic is. That when people say that word, we kind of have an image and a picture of what is. Right now, we're just using the word out of context a lot of times. We're just using the word because we don't like how other people are behaving. And that's not necessarily toxic.
Okay, she says that's not what she's saying. I think she's saying that.
Y'all talking about
all right. No. It's not that we're not. See, like he said, you trying to define a genre of women when we know. You could be Betty Crocker. You could be Martha Stewart. At some point, something gonna come in there, something gonna happen, you gonna display the trait.
Correct.
That's what we talking about. It don't have to be a specific type of person.
See that word right there? I really think that word should be studied, and we should talk about that more. There's so many selfish people, and if you and when we talk about the toxic thing, they always bring everything back to them. They want to be the hero, the villain, and the victim, all at the same time.
504 basically says something along the lines of what you're saying too, is that a lot of times they want to put makeup over the facts.
For sure.
They don't want the negative light on them.
What I just said, I call it a gumbo conversation. They want to throw everything in the pot and make it all ugly so they can pull out what they want and change the narrative. That's gumbo talk. If we're talking about this thing, and
you know what's the worst thing you can do to a person that talks like that? be a really good active listener, and it messes them up because you've got the patience to sit there and listen when they try to go back and forth and everything, and they don't like that. Ooh. So especially when you paraphrase. So what I'm saying, what I'm hearing you say is blah blah blah.
I was gonna say
No
some
one,
toxic.
they don't want to be paraphrased at
That
all.
ain't what the fuck I said.
Even if you repeat it verbatim or you paraphrase it, that
I
ain't
didn't
what
mean
I
that.
meant.
That ain't what I
I'll
meant.
tell
Use
you
your
why that
words.
is. When they say it, they think they sound and
YouTube.
profound in a motherfucker. But when somebody repeat it back, they see how stupid that shit sounds. That's
Man,
what.
listen. I was gonna say some toxic.
Speaking of toxic,
Your piece.
Tech Dad 504 gave us the definition of toxic, Fred.
Okay, let's now we got universal now.
Yes.
This is what I'm
So
talking
Toxic
that's
about.
refers to
universal
something
definition.
harmful,
So
poisonous, or
each and every
dangerous.
woman and each and every man can be that. But we're not talking about being that. We're talking about in a situation that is going on and the way you are behaving or acting in that situation that is not conducive to us being where we need to fucking be.
It's harmful, poisonous, and dangerous to the living organisms. It can describe substances like chemicals, environments, or
even
behavior
in a
in a
figurative
figurative
sense.
sense. Now let's talk about the behavior.
Maybe.
The behavior, toxic behavior. Listen, I got a notification for anybody who gonna be toxic.
He doubled down on it right here.
Okay, toxic can also refer to a harmful, negative, or disruptive attitudes, relationships, or situation that can cause emotional or psychological harm.
Mm-hmm.
There's ongoing negativity, manipulation, or abuse.
Or,
Now,
as Bored Girl would say,
2 minutes.
unhealed.
unhealed. Now, I got a notification for all toxic folks. Here's the deal. You better be good at clapping.
Right. He done changed.
I know Bree gonna stop talking about Bree. You gonna stop talking about my coach. You gonna stop talking about my coach. Not
First and
my
foremost,
Sifu.
y'all got to
Sifu.
understand what Bree doing. She won't
Sifu.
shit.
Don't let them talk to you like that, Sifu.
Him crazy so he could go in there and say,
Listen, dog. If you're gonna be toxic, you gotta know how to clap some cheeks. That's the number one notification
Hey,
I got.
one thing I can say
you
about
gotta clap
Sifu,
him
he
in a
came out the
toxic way.
gate.
You
I
gotta
will say
clap him
this
in a
about
very toxic
Sifu.
way.
He came out the gate introducing himself, letting y'all know he was toxic AF. I will
Oh yeah,
never forget that.
but
He
what?
told you
But
from day
boy, I'm toxic,
one.
motherfucker, boy. Toxic.
But watch this. But watch this. Toxic people are fun, and a lot of people gravitate to them.
Attractive. We get so much attention. We get the absolutely. We can speed past trauma on board.
Yeah, we can't speed past the trauma
bonding.
bonding. Okay, I'll give you that. There's something in that. That plays a factor in a lot of that stuff too.
You know, that's part of the process.
Yeah.
You know, trauma bonded is all part of toxic. You know, you got to get some trauma into it.
Okay, so guess what? Okay, so we're all talking
"They
about
not young people that act like that." What you talking about?
There's plenty of people that act like that
It
all over the
depends
place.
on the situation you in at any given time.
And that, okay, so let's say we are talking about toxic unhealed people. Would you say we all of us deal with the majority of toxic unhealed people every day? So that's the norm.
Any woman who will sit up there and say that she won't stay with a man for stability and what the other word was?
Security.
Security. But she don't even like them.
Security.
She don't even like him, and she's not trying to clap cheeks with him. But she want him to stay and pay her bills and do
I got
X,
a
Y,
guy right now. I try
but
to
then
talk
get
him
mad
off the
if you
ledge.
go clap cheeks somewhere else and won't fight.
I got a partner of mine right now calls me because he keeps going back. He keeps going back to his ex. He cheated on her. She cheated on him. They've cheated on each other enough. and he keep going back, and then he's wondering why she keep calling him over there, but they're not doing anything, they're not sleeping together, or anything like that. And I keep saying, because you're convenient, you're comfortable, you're like that fresh pair of drawers that I done broke in.
Very familiar. You're very
You're
familiar.
very familiar.
So I want you around because you're familiar, but then I want to go out here and get these new pairs.
You're accessible. You're available.
Sure.
You're available.
100% Tech Dad. It is trauma bond.
She got to go on red.
At that point.
Of course. Listen, she got to go on red. She got to go on red 2 times. Listen, you got to put on red.
I have told him go no contact more times than I care to count.
But
it's got to hurt enough.
Too accessible.
It's got to hurt enough.
I mean,
he ain't grown yet, man. You got to go ahead and talk.
But there are some people don't even know what that looks like, right? There's a lot of people that don't even know what it looks like. And then when you're talking to these people and you're giving them advice, you got to know how to speak to them the right way. Because here's the thing. I never tell nobody to leave none of their people, ever. That's never my thing to tell nobody to leave their people. Why? Because you got to look at it like this. I didn't tell you leave your cheeks, and I'm curled up and warm with mine. So you got to figure out what you need to do when you walk away from that situation.
And that's me. I don't give advice. I'm like, hey, until it hurt, I'll give them the real advice because I speak on me. Until it hurt enough, you ain't going nowhere. And I told them the God's honest truth. And the reason I can say it is because that was me. When it hurts enough, you done.
I got a question. Maybe Fred, can you stick with me? Can you stick with me for a minute, brother?
You darn right I am.
Who's responsible for your security and your what the damn other word was?
Stability.
Who's responsible for that as a grown adult?
You responsible for your own security and stability as a grown adult.
You are, but that's why people lean on this. Well, this is what this party is supposed to do. This is what the man's supposed to do, and this is what the woman's supposed to do.
Boy, girl, talk yourself. Yeah, I see it. Boy, girl, talking about yourself. That's clear. How is that clear when women are out here looking for someone to be responsible for them,
for their stability and security only, and they live in that. They live on that.
They live on that. When
and before I know you're gonna say not everybody's like that. I can tell you right now, I have a coworker, an actual coworker in her 20s that thinks exactly like this. Stays downtown in a nice fancy luxury place, and in her mind, that person should be able to afford help her pay her bills.
I said this earlier. I said, do you know how many? Yes.
What about it?
You realize it's going across people's driveway, and these 2 houses are sold. The lady on the end was trying to decorate.
You can tell all these motherfuckers until they get this shit right, ain't none of them getting Spectrum.
AT&T.
The man has taken. We'll tell them.
Yeah. But I said, I said, do y'all know
what goes hand in hand? Oh, wait a minute, Mike.
Submissiveness.
Hold on.
I think she's saying the submissiveness.
Can she come up so we can have a conversation?
Hold on. What goes hand in hand?
Submissiveness go hand in hand with taking on the responsibility of a woman.
I don't think that goes.
Her submissiveness.
Why are y'all basing? What made y'all start basing submissiveness on monetary gain? Like, I can't be submissive unless you give me some money.
First of all, you got to know how to be submissive.
That shit completely off the table. If you're responsible for you and I'm responsible for me, and we get together, right?
Yeah.
I'm responsible for me and you're responsible for you.
But you're still your team. You're unit.
I can take some of your responsibilities and you can take some of mine.
submissiveness and taking care of your home and being the man of the house. Now watch this. Goes with what I was saying. You do that. You do your part. You take care of the house. You still get the option to not be cooperative. Whereas you don't want that man to have that option at all to not pay the bills.
Can I say this? Submissiveness and leadership are not connected. When you say a man wants to take lead and be the head of the house, that's leadership. That's not submissiveness.
So wait. It's not about the money. You're naturally born to take care of what's yours. So why you not naturally understanding how to be nurturing? Why you not naturally nice? Why you not naturally giving? And it can't be upon somebody else.
All based on the amount you're receiving.
Because you can always move the goalposts. I know people who've done this. They pay the bills, they do this and they do that, and they still walk away saying, well, you weren't here for me emotionally, spiritually. You didn't do this for me. You can always move the goalposts to say that somebody else didn't give you something, so you won't have to give them back what you're supposed to give them. It's too subjective.
Every man that done worked offshore, I feel your pain, brother. You busting your ass out there to make sure that the household taken care of. Every soldier that then went overseas. Oh, brothers.
I got lonely.
I got come back and got a whole baby. And you've been gone for 12.
I don't deny that they're dating the wrong women, but I will say that the selection for right is slim pickings.
What I told you. What did I tell you? What they said? That's the wrong person. I told you. But
here's the problem. Ready for this? See that word, wrong woman, white woman? That's all subjective.
Facts.
Yes,
it's
that's like the temperature term. In the shower. To me, that's like hot and cold.
To me, that's another word for moving the goalpost. When people use you dating the wrong person, like you just moving the goalpost. You're just not taking accountability for what's being said.
And see, guess what? You're saying that after I've done everything the right way, meaning if I'm supposed to protect, provide, I'm supposed to do this, do that. I've done all of that. And then she decides, well, I don't want to give back what I said I was going to give. And then you know what you tell him? You dated the wrong woman. So how I get my money back? How I get my protection back? How do I get those things back? Well, you shouldn't want it back as a man. You see how unfair this shit is and how you can always move the goalposts to make it okay for these women to keep doing what they're doing?
But here's the thing though, right? To her point, you could say, you know what? She is right. You can stop dating these type of women. The problem goes back to what Irma said. The right kind of woman is in slim pickings. So here's the issue, right? So every man can't have the right woman because that's a small percentage of women, right?
And every woman can't have the right man because
that's a small percentage. Because it's a small percentage.
I'm gonna talk to Irwin right now. Irwin, I'm about to revert back.
The floor recognizes Mike. Don't do that. Use your breathing technique. We talked about this. Use your breathing technique.
I came so far.
You've come pretty far, man. I need you to use your breathing techniques. We done talked about this.
Oh shit. This is such bullshit.
Your pressure points. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, people are deceiving, and it takes years to figure a person out, even if they're damaged or fear or in. Yes, I agree with that. It does take time. It does take to figure somebody out, but your job ain't to figure them out. The job is to grow and connect and become a team. You get what I'm saying? You're not spending all this time trying to figure somebody out. You're trying to figure out how you can grow and become a team. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. So, right, you're right. Let's go back to the point of you picked the wrong person. How many times have we talked about on this podcast? How many stages of a person that you go through over the years? How many different people you get that's mixed up in those years? And so it could be first 3-4 years, we great. 5, 6 a little rocky. 7, probably the worst. The 7th year is the worst. We get out the storm, 8, 9, 10. So on and so forth, we look up, boom, we done spent 20, 25, 30 years. And that's why we have in the big 50th anniversaries and all this and all
Correct.
That. So you mean to tell me if I did all of that and by year 16, 17, this person becomes a totally different person, you expect me to be okay with just saying, well, I picked the wrong person?
No,
because
no,
they only became a totally
no.
different person because you made them that way.
Because they've been shaped into mold. They've been shaped and molded into what y'all have done all these years.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you now.
It's been a long time, dog. I've been good, bro. I've been chilling.
And I am proud of you. I am very proud of you.
I appreciate that, dog.
You have definitely come a long way.
Oh, God.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Just can't do it.
See,
Can't do it.
people who already been in a relationship and have invested their time and this, that, and the third, from anybody between 80 and let's say 2005, right? Those people have invested time. They're trying to keep their investment. They're trying to whatever. But I understand these new cats now. Well, when they vetting these women, how they could just toss their ass to the side. They understand that I want this relationship to go the way I need it to go, so it can go where it needs to go. So they cut shit off immediately. And us older folks have a problem with that. But these young cats, I applaud them in that regard. Like if they come up, let me
explain this to you.
They will come to a chick and they will let her know exactly what it is, and either she gonna roll with it or she gonna get rolled the fuck over.
I'll give you. Now, here's the thing: the younger cats are talking a good game. They don't stand as much on it, but they do talk it better than what we talking. But the thing is, have you fellas ever heard of the 80-40-60 rule?
80-40-60.
18-40-60. 18-40-60. What that is, it talks about how we mature. 80, 40, 18, 40, and 60.
118%.
Yes. Let me explain to you what that rule comes from.
Gotcha.
That rule comes from how we perceive ourselves when interacting with people. When you're 18, you care a hell of a lot about what other people think of you. It's not until you get to about 40 you stop caring what people think of you. And when you're 60, you realize that no one's been caring this whole damn time but you.
I can't say
that's a good rule. Hey, I ain't got no arguments on that one. I'm in agreement.
Yeah,
I'm in agreement.
And that's something that I've had to learn even in this stage that I'm in, because a lot of times they tell you that you're old as your last trauma. I'll be honest with you. It took a minute for me to acknowledge I was in my 40s because my brain was still moving like I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Hey, what that was, boss talk chick, so quiet, whatever. She's still on?
Yeah, she's still in.
That's it? Oh, okay. Yeah, she did let me up. All right, this is my question.
See, hold on. Before you move forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna address something. I'm gonna be honest.
Please do, because the internet is conspiring against
you. See that word? That N word?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be honest with you. You earned it. You didn't have a gentleman. You earned that. Just like when men call these women H's and B's all this time, they've been to get up. You earned that, homie. You didn't go find you a lady. You didn't find you a lady. If you got to call her a B and H every time you talk about a woman, you earned that. You should have went found a lady. If y'all gonna call a man every time that N word, everything y'all refer to a man, then you earn whatever happened to you, because you ain't go find a gentleman. And I'm not convinced no more. You can't sell me nothing that you wasn't taught or conditioned to go find one. I'm gonna just take it as you just wasn't a lady.
What people don't realize is the way this world is designed is as you speak judgment or criticism on someone, it's coming back to you. Vice versa. Again, it works both ways. You have to perceive you have to be someone. Your perceptions of a person is a reflection of you. If you think a person is low down and evil, that's because you have that in you at the end of the day. If you can just genuinely, and I tell you this as a person, hey, I've been burned, but I don't have that ill will. Like, hey, I forgive you, baby. Do your thing, move on, live your life. I don't care no more. Versus me saying, oh, none of these women are loyal. Then guess what the universe is going to give me? All unloyal women.
Okay, I get that.
If that's who I think it is, I think it is because of the 11 years thing. All right, boom. Last time we talked, back, wow. You mentioned that you make over 50 grand a year, so the dude has to be making the same thing or more, right? They got to match whatever it is that you got. My question is, why do they have to match what you got when you already have it? Shouldn't you be more concerned with the parts you don't have? Because that's how you become a whole, right? You don't become a whole by matching what you got, because you don't need that.
To add what Jay saying,
man.
To add what Jay saying, if you got the money, well, you don't need the stability, but you do need the protection.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't need nobody to provide for you, but you do need the protection.
No, they think they got a gun for that in 911. Let me tell you something, homie.
What they thinking? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just more.
They thinking they got 911 and a pistol for that. Listen to me, dog.
But you're not taking care of him.
Okay,
taking care of each other.
Okay. So check this out. If you make more than me, but I make my own set of money, and you're not taking care of me. You just don't want you want somebody to take it all from you. You have to.
Hold on. Mike, hold on. I'm here to kill delusions. See this here? I need love. Listen,
as a good coach,
this 20-year-old stuff that y'all this 20-year-old stuff y'all want to bring up, ladies. I need love. Listen, if you older than 35 years old, listen. You're gonna get.
We just
you're gonna
talked
get what
about
you
it with the 18, 40, 60 rule. Up until you hit about 40, you seek external validation. It's not until you hit 40 you start validating inside. Like, I don't give a damn what y'all feel.
But man,
the men don't care. No, because we don't care. She gets what she can afford. What can she afford when it comes to a man? I don't give a damn what he earns. He can earn $30,000. He can earn 6 figures. Forget his income. Put his income for second to the side.
Again,
who cares?
Money is so secondary
what can
in
she
the grand
afford?
scheme of things.
Put it over there.
Put it over there. This is about what she can afford in terms of what she wants from a man. It isn't about what a man gonna come in here and he gonna volunteer. He gonna buy. No. What can she afford? It doesn't matter what you're looking for in a relationship. What can you afford in a relationship?
True.
That's what the man is looking at.
True. Let me ask a question. So, because we've talked about this before. So, what if I'm over here in my own bubble, and I tell you, because we talked about this with Irwin, I just want to hang out, but I ain't looking for nothing. I just want to hang out. I want to chill. And you decide you want to stick around to make this man be in a relationship with you. He was cool with whatever he was making. He was cool with whatever lifestyle he had. Now you want to vet him to be in a relationship. Now you want him to have more so he can pay for you. You could have left me the hell alone. You really could have just left me alone and let me be and do whatever it is.
You can't do that right now. Ooh, she said you was on the same page. What page was this? When was this?
Listen. At the end of the day, once you reach a certain age threshold, it doesn't matter that much what a woman wants from a man. This is about what she can afford from a man. What can she afford? Anything she wants from this point.
Give me context with that, Fred. When you say afford with a man, give me context.
Okay. More to get his attention than he's going to do to get her attention. She wants love, but she got to overcompensate for that. She had her opportunities. She had between 16 through 35. She had 18 years of life to try to find this. She ain't got it. That's no one business. No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
She has to overcompensate for this. It is what it could. Let me tell you what she can't give this man. In most cases, a family, a union, the things that naturally bring people together. This is already partly built and already funded, structured, or whatever the case may be. So this is about what can she afford. The way that she's looking for, she's still maybe trying to attract the man the way she was trying to attract the man in her 20s. I need love. We need this. Boy, you 40 years old. Boy, you love yourself. You don't need that level of validation no more. The things that matter to you in a relationship when you were 22, 23, 25 years old, they don't hold the same bearings no more, homie.
Oh, I'll agree with that.
You don't need that no more.
I don't think they understand.
You don't
I'll
need
agree
that
with
no
that
more.
They don't
And they don't understand that.
The things
don't
I'm looking
understand
for
it.
now in my 40s is nowhere near what I'm looking for in my
No,
20s.
nowhere near. But they
Listen
still
to
are
me.
trying to
Nothing
attract the
that I
same
do
things
feels
and try to
like
say,
work
no,
now.
Nothing.
I never had that in my 20s.
Nothing.
Nothing feels like work to me now. I work my ass off and none of it feels like work now. Because I'm doing everything that I want to do, not what I have to do.
I don't need nobody to love me. You need to appreciate what the hell I'm doing, though. You got to respect me. You don't respect me? Go in the corner, go on the bench. Find somebody who does.
No, this is not about older women. This is about all women.
Listen.
Ultimately, majority of women want the same thing. They want the same thing. They just don't know how to fucking go about getting it. They want to do it their way, and they want everybody to conform to their way.
And guess what? You know why you can listen to a man talk, how Fred's talking, how Irvin's talking? Because nobody wants to be used. And that's what it boils down to. Nobody don't want to be used. So if I don't want to be
take my choice. For me, that's it. Don't take my choice. Don't think for me. I'm a grown-ass man. Don't take my choice.
That's it.
No, don't take my choice. But the rules all apply the same when it comes to men. He needs to be this, and this in order for me to feel secure and be happy, and I can do what I need to do. Why?
Boy, you don't care nothing about that no more. You don't care about that no more. Listen, let me tell you something, dog.
I'm talking about what they say. I'm not saying whether we care about it. I'm saying what they say, which in results turned into what you talking about. This is the result of it.
Conversation are you on? What side of the conversation do you believe you're on? Let's put it like that.
I need love in my life.
You saying you looking for love, you looking for love, you looking for love, but at the same time, you're looking for a man to have a certain
amount,
shit,
a certain amount,
a certain amount, a certain
for you to feel love,
for you to even feel attracted to this person, to give them the chance.
Because I've always said I don't get involved. I usually play neutral, but I feel like I need to share this with y'all.
That's because you're growing, sir. You're growing.
Don't enable me.
I'm so proud of you, man. You don't fight it no more. I'm so proud.
Don't enable me. Let me see if I can find it.
Because sometimes we're like, no, we don't want you to be neutral.
What?
Let's see here.
Uh-oh. You about to pull something up out of
Listen, already list on the problem. They need love. They're gonna put it in there. Men are not going to put love in a high category. And when y'all wonder why it's not being as reciprocated as way y'all want, because men are not putting it that high anymore. The older he gets.
Your love, I want your loyalty.
And your goddamn respect.
And they're not the same thing.
And I want your
They ain't the same thing.
I want your cooperation, bro. I want your cooperation because cooperation go in all of them.
Yeah. And it's not the same.
I just want your cooperation, bro. I don't want to feel like inside of a relationship with a person that I've been with for a period of time that is always man versus woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel that way with somebody that I've been with, that we done been through all this shit together for us just to always turn into man versus woman. Because you telling me what I need to have? Man, kill yourself. Kill
If you
yourself.
gentlemen will indulge me.
Recognize this. I think okay. Oh, well, run that and then I'll jump in with what I got to say there.
Yeah.
Indulge me, gentlemen.
Okay, I didn't know it was gonna take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the card and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would. Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Cam. I want to say 100%, but I'm going to go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit. Shoot.
Yeah.
Every day of my life, me and my Rangers got.
I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. That's exactly what happened. Because the moment I gave her what she wanted, she realized, oh shit, that was not what I wanted.
How many times I done said this?
No. But also, do you see what I'm saying?
I ain't never
You see what
figured.
I'm
I ain't
saying?
never lived
He
on
didn't-
my own. I want to see what it's like to live on my own. You don't want that.
You don't
Take
want
it
that.
from me. You don't. I want to live. No, you don't. You don't want that. Yes, I do. You know what? Have at it, big dog. Have at it.
Look, that bitch about to blow up over there.
Because he know
Oh.
why.
I
He
know.
know
Yeah,
why.
you know why.
He
I'm
know
sorry.
why.
What you got, big Mike?
No, because I've told certain people, you don't want
Yeah,
this.
you don't
I know
want
what
that.
this looks like. This is not what you think. Everything's going to change.
You see, you gotta understand when you got a real man, you need to understand that even your problems are like looking at an iceberg. You are only seeing the tip of the problem because that man has dealt with 80 to 90% of it. And you are dealing with the part that's just sticking out, the access that his blind spot he couldn't catch. If you're stressing, trust me, you're freaking out behind the light bill. He's worried about the whole damn budget, not just the light bill.
If this was one of them old school movies, I'd give you a slow clap right now.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Rudy.
That's what you need to understand. What we really give you is deflection more than anything, because by the time you see the problem, we've dealt with most of it. You're literally just dealing with the aftermath, the access, or what we missed in it. You've never dealt with the actual problem from jump.
You want to know why? Because I can't fix the problem with you with all this worrying. So I can't give everything to you. I can only give you a little bit just to give you some inclusion of what's
Baby,
going on.
if I told you a tenth of what's on my mind about this house, you'd blow your brains out. You couldn't handle it.
Now this is what
You
I
couldn't.
want, right? And this is I don't understand why people. Damn, my dog always drop. That internet is terrible over there.
It's a conspiracy. They plotting on.
They plotting on. So look, and I want to do this, and I want Lynn to hear this. And the next time she, you know what, if she starts, or she meets somebody or whatever, we'll incorporate this into finding out what you need to find out. Right? You say you're looking for love. We already know that when a woman says she need love, and when a man say the exact same thing, they're meaning two different things.
I was just about to say there's two parts to that. One, what is your definition? Two, what are you doing to make the bill come due? Because the math has to math. You want love, but what are you willing to give? Because again, transactional. It has to balance out.
So I would want her to write love on a piece of paper, right? And then write out that list, right? Draw a circle. Then to write love on the other side. And the man, and you draw a circle.
Let him lit. And the
Let
part
her
that
write
real
down
love is where it meet up in the middle.
love, and let him write down what he consider love, and take the things that are the same and put them in the middle. And that's where you are compatible. And the things on the outside, that's where y'all gotta meet in the middle. I guarantee you the middle probably gonna have one or two things in common.
That there is called the Venn diagram, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
What up, Mike?
I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sign right there.
The reason why
the Venn diagram was wonderful.
Dan, the reason why I want to end it there, because we ended with a message. I think we had a good gumbo pot of conversation. I think it was fulfilling. We done had the rice, the potato salad, the bread, whatever you need. And I think this was a dope conversation. Actually, it was one of the doper ones in a good little while.
All time, yeah.
And shout out to those of you who came to us on YouTube and joined in the comments. Board Girl, Bree, we appreciate y'all more than y'all know on this.
Hell yeah, man. It's always a good conversation when y'all participate, man. That's all we need. That's all we
understand is in any relationship, it comes down to understanding each person's perception. Like again, and we'll go into it. We're towards the end now. Let's go to our final narrative.
Yeah.
In this. In our final narrative, what it comes down to is you need to first understand a person's perceptions and definitions of terms. Not every term is common. What you define as love is not going to be what I define as love. And the simple reason is because you haven't experienced what I experienced. And if you haven't experienced what I've experienced, then you don't define it the way I define it. I'm not saying you don't love me, but you love me your way. That may not be the way I want to be loved. The way you love may not be the way I want to be loved. So if you love me, you have to love me the way I want to be loved. Just like I have to love you the way you want to be loved. Take love languages. If my mom was a gift giver. That's her thing. That is her love language, is gift giving. I am a words of affirmation person. I don't give a damn what you buy me. You will buy me something, it will sit in the box because I've never been a material person. That's not a thing for me. I care more about your words, physical touch. Those things show me you care. I don't care about your gifts. Now, there are other people who are different. Again, but that's the trick. Everybody's got a different love language. That's the point I'm making in it.
Bro, I care about appreciation, dog. I just don't think people appreciate each other enough because it's always so easy to downplay it because you don't want the pressure of having to give back what somebody give you.
And let me explain something. When you appreciate someone, you need 3 R's. You need to make it real, you need to make it relevant, and you need to make it relatable. Don't just tell me you're doing a good job. What exactly did I do was a good job? Hey, Mike, yesterday when you came and you showed up, when I was dog ass tired and you came and rubbed my feet, I appreciated you. I know specific. I'm just using an example if you was in a relationship.
Damn. Okay.
I know. It just hit me. Yeah. But
pause.
I just wanted to make sure you was listening. You know, yesterday when you found the baby oil that I was looking for, Mike,
Look, niggas always want to use Mike. Niggas want to use Mike. It's a wild ass. But nah,
you can put Mike in all the examples.
Yeah.
No,
bro.
but that's really it. What a lot of people don't realize is that we teach people to communicate, and this is something I even talk about in my day job, where we teach people how to raise concerns without raising defenses, and we teach them the value of communication. However, if you truly just taught them how to communicate, you don't use communication only to raise concerns. You can use that same level of detail in using your words to show appreciation. And that's what we don't do. I can use my words to tell you the exact thing you did wrong, at 9:23, when you did this, it made me feel that. Why can't you do the same thing for good stuff too? Hey, at 9:23, when you did this, it made me appreciate you. It made me feel respected. It made me feel.
I want your appreciation. I want your apologies. I want your words of affirmation as loud as the bullshit.
That's it.
People,
I just want the math. That's all. If you're
People-
gonna go to the highest mountaintop to tell me I'm a world class fuck up, then go to that same mountaintop and say I fucked up.
you could take, and this is going either side of the spectrum, but we're gonna use women as the example. There's a woman who she's dog tired. She don't want to do whatever for her man. He's ready. He want to get him some good gush, and she too tired. But if some mess call at 3 a.m, dead sleep, you up and you have energy. Don't think for a second that man don't see that. Don't think for a second he don't see that, and vice versa.
I'll go one better. I'm gonna really hit you with the hard one because we've all been. If you keep telling me no, and then I start taking care of myself, I've made you obsolete. Don't get mad at me.
What's happening here?
I will deem you obsolete real quick. Like, you know what? Screw it. I do it myself. I'm good. It's less headache. I don't care how you feel about it.
All right, Jay, go ahead. On. Jay.
Hey man, I just want y'all to take this away, man. In today's world, today's society, right? We looking fucking crazy out here. And I need us to come to a common ground and fix this shit, not just for us, but for our kids, and so forth, so on. Like, this shit gotta stop.
What's scary is this type of communication is becoming the norm. And that's the problem. You got to understand, I get a sample of about 100 people every 2 weeks. I get about 100 people I talk to, new people, new scenarios, new backgrounds, new origin stories. And I can tell you, out those 100 people I talk to, the norm is now that it's somebody else's reason why you're like this. We are no longer taking personal accountability as a norm, as a society. We are not taking personal accountability. And this is going all the way from politicians to celebrities to regular people. Taking accountability is no longer the norm like it used to be. It's always someone else's fault. And what you don't understand is that if you do start taking that accountability in the norm, it's actually more liberating than restricting. That's what you don't realize. The more ownership you take, the more freedom you actually got.
Erwin, they don't believe it. They want to be able to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and they want coddling as the consequence. That's just the bottom line. They just want coddling as the consequence.
Oh, I didn't make my flight because it was raining. You checked the weather last night and you knew it was raining. You couldn't have left an hour early? Is it the rain's fault you missed your flight? Yeah, because it was raining and traffic was bad. You knew that rain was coming.
I know a lot of people that get upset when they early to a place. They get mad when they're there early.
That makes no earthly sense to me.
Bro, I've seen it with my own eyes. I could have still been sitting down, though. I could have still, but you're here though.
You are on time. You early, you on time. You on time, you late. That's the way we were brought up.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what I'm tired of seeing. You know, and we didn't took this final take 10 minutes, but all I'm gonna say is this. I'm just tired of seeing, a lot of guys that's handling their business, taking care of their families, and the result is they're not happy. They're not happy. And we gotta stop saying that's that person's fault. They're not happy. Like because in order to be with y'all saying y'all want these men to be, it takes everything from you. It literally takes everything from you. In most cases, it does. I get it for the people who trying to figure it out as they go along. They're exhausted once they're done. They're exhausted when they're finished. You know what I'm saying? Giving everything they need to give. They give everything. Yeah. So in order for those people to feel some validation, the people who they did it for, have to show up in a major way. They have to
Yeah.
show up in a major way. And a lot of times those people reserve the right to not do it. They feel like they just supposed to have it.
And
You
here's the
supposed
thing. I'm not saying it's the right thing because it's true. Hyper independency is absolutely a coping mechanism. But where have I learned that I could depend on people? So don't make me the bad guy because I became hyper independent. Because I've learned how to self-soothe and I don't need you for certain things. Don't get mad at me. Because I figured out and did the work and realized, you know what? I'll do it again. I went full Thanos. Fine. I'll do it myself. And then
all right.
I'm the bad guy.
This is good. We gonna have to stop it. We gonna have to. We
All
gonna
right,
have to.
all
We
right,
gonna
all
have to.
right,
We have to.
all right, all right.
We have
Again,
to.
we appreciate everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It helps us grow. Big shout out to everybody that came to YouTube and everything. Follow us on Instagram. The first hour we keep on Instagram, but we keep it going a little longer on YouTube. It's still the Narrative Project podcast on both. Hit us
Yes.
up.
So, shout out to everybody. I'm your boy Mike. Got Jada Icon, Irvin the Fourth. Shout
Absolutely.
out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out, man. 100.
Absolutely. 100.